We are looking at Meg's Over the Water Backstroke, commentary by Coach Chris. You know, as I let this run, the first thing that stands out is she's got a really nice shoulder roll. Meg's got a really clean stroke. Her head's back fairly well. She's a little tight with the chin. She's got her chin tucked kind of into that chest. She needs to get that chin up a little bit more. Not a lot of head movement, but she's got a lot of solid fundamentals. Nice elbow bend in her pull. She's not sweeping the arm out straight. So let's take a closer look at what's going on mechanically and see what we can see. Now, here's the shoulder roll I was talking about. Her shoulder is leading the hand. See the shoulders all the way out, coming up towards the cheek. And that's bringing that hand up. That's a really effective way to start the backstroke, so I'm liking that. At the top, she's getting that pinky down. And she's getting that pinky down and in. Reaching a bit inside the shoulder, but not as bad as some of the other kids. So she's just a few inches off of where she wants to be when she enters that hand. She wants to be a little more outside the shoulder than she is now. But by and large, she has a really good start to that catch. Getting an arm deep. You can see that elbow bend. You know, we'll see this more when we're underwater, but she's getting a real good deep elbow bend with that arm. That's something you don't see in a lot of the younger kids, so she's definitely doing an excellent job with that. Really nice shoulder roll, really solid kick. The only thing I would say is I usually see a little bit better kick in these videos than I see day to day in practice, and that's one area that we can all improve our game. As she's going into the wall, a little bit of a slowdown. I don't know if you saw that. We'll try and play just a little bit of a slight slowdown, but going into the turn, she kind of does the, you see this a lot with the little kids especially. She does a straight arm over. Would like to see a little more bent elbow. I just say turn it into a freestyle stroke. Get that arm in, get it over. No need to really chop it in. Going into the turn, no twisting. Nice little flip. Gets the feet on the wall hard. That's what I like to look for these younger kids. A lot of them soften up on the walls. But Meg's doing a good job getting the feet right over, getting them to the wall. A little bit early on the first kick. We'll talk more about those kicks and the technique. But when we get to this breakout, this is the first thing. She's got that chin tucked a little bit, so we can see this angle a little bit up. What we want is a little more out and over. So you see which angle she goes. Initially, she's going to go up and then back. So there's kind of like a two-step process to her backstroke breakout. She needs to lean away from the water more. As we go back underwater. You can see where she's looking. See her eyes? This is a big reason why she's breaking out the way she's breaking out. Her eyes are looking this way. Back towards the wall. And the reason she's doing that is at the end of this underwater, she's afraid of getting the water up her nose. And, as a swimmer, you either got to get more comfortable holding your breath and slowly exhaling, or just get used to water getting up your nose. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to drown. It just stings a little bit. And at this point right here, as she's getting towards her breakout, a little deep underwater probably. We'll have to see. But she gets up towards the breakout. She needs to lean away from the surface more. And that'll get her a better breakout. Once we get up and going, though, she looks good. I'm trying to see if I can do. So she's right on her shoulder line going in, which is good. She's got her head here. You got her arm a little bit outside. That's really good. I'd like to see it even a little wider. I'd like to see her hand enter a little more out this way. Just a little bit outside. Just a little bit of a reach this way as her hand comes in, so that she can go right to that pole, because That's where she's getting here when she actually starts pulling herself forward. So we have all this little extra movement. Here's her arm, pushing water out of the way, pushing to the side, not moving her forward. It's not till here that she starts to catch and actually pull. And so we want to bring the hand in right on that line. It should come down and in right there so that she can go right into that pull. That'll pick up that tempo a lot. Really nice grip of the water. Being nice deep of the arm, pulling herself forward. Real steady head. Her chin is tucked down to her chest pretty tight while she's swimming. Now she's keeping a still head, even with that great shoulder and body rotation. But she needs to relax that head more, expose the throat more to the ceiling. Okay, I like to see that throat more open because it's an airway. If she keeps that chin tucked and she starts getting later into a race and starts getting tired, those muscles start to constrict. They get really tight, especially when you're holding that chin down like that. And what it ends up doing is it ends up basically cutting down on your airflow. And when you're doing a 50 back, not a big deal. But when you're doing a 100 back and you're trying to go underwater in those dolphin kickouts, you need that nice open throat. You need to be able to really get air in your body. And as you get more constricted, it just gets harder and harder to breathe. And then, especially when she gets older, and when she gets 13 plus, she'll be looking at the 200 backstroke or the backstroke in the 400 IM, things like that. And you need maximum airflow. You can't be restricting it by keeping that chin down. So it's a great thing to adjust with this body position because she's got such a solid body position, good head control. But you can see, her chest is right here. Her chin is right there, tucked really, really tight. You don't see her neck. There's no neck at all. It's totally blocked. And so she just needs to lift the chin up like she's poking her jaw out towards the ceiling, and that'll bring that head back a little bit, and just get that throat a little more relaxed and open. Over the water, her backstroke's looking great. And she's got a nice deep ball. I love her roll, nice solid kick, really still head. Once we look underwater, we're going to break down her pull because it looks nice above water, but we'll take a closer look underwater, and then we'll really look at that turn and those dolphin kickouts. Okay, but she's doing a nice job of rolling the shoulders, leading the stroke with the shoulders. She just needs to reach a little bit more outside for that entry point of her hand so that she's in a little bit more comfortable position that she can really get the turnover going. So think a little bit more like a Y as opposed to a straight up and down L.